Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard to Sarah Adriana's Career Passport presentation. Please ensure to sit back and relax throughout the duration of the flight. Make sure to lean in to some great stories and discoveries while your captain guides you through your safe journey to our destination. So just a little bit about the captain herself. The name is Sarah Adriana and currently in the final year studying the Bachelor of Business Administration, specializing in business management and digital marketing. Wow, that feels like a mouthful. Feels pretty surreal that I finally say that, and you will soon find out as to why. Throughout my study period, I also work full time, currently as an operations center administrator, and I've been working in my new role for 6 months now, so my probation is coming pretty soon. All the best for me. And you probably wonder, how do I manage to balance both the busy life of doing uni and work full-time capacity? Well, I would say as long as you have the dedication, the commitment, and the discipline, anything is possible. So join along with me in this journey as I share to you about how I started before uni starts, how I discovered my strengths, my passions, and where I'm currently standing, and what does my future career look like. Here we are now into the employability results. As you can probably see, we started off with the strong core and rhetorical literacy skills. This is evident from my experience built as an administrator for the last 5 to 6 years. I believe this is really crucial when it comes to being an administrator. I think these skills are very essential, especially when it comes to achieving those high efficiency and also delivering the top-notch customer service skills. At the same time, a lot of my friends do refer me as the planner or the organized one because apparently I just love anything to do with systems and structures. Those are my joys, those are my language because oh man, it really does spark something in me. And speaking of systems and processes, digital literacy is so significant here, as you can see. Starting from the beginning of my semester to my final week of the semester, there is a significant increase there. And it's because in this new role, I literally have to learn how to use a new software. And I really have so much fun because I get to figure out what are the hacks, what are the things that could eventually improve my performance in my workplace. And I think most importantly, just to find my rhythm into my work of things. So, let me tell you about my time taking on this unit. I would say if I have to choose a highlight, I would say probably Module 7, where you got to make the personal marketing plan. I'll be honest, it was a struggle. The reason why is because it really confronted my linear thinking about my career pathway. Coming from a planner's perspective, I think that this is really hard because I have to realize that I just don't always have it all figured out. And I was so adamant in wanting to getting things figured out. But I have to realize that I have to reduce the pressure a little bit on myself so that I actually can take my time, go with my own pace, and hopefully I figure out what that is. And actually, I happen to figure out what it is, and I'll tell you very soon. And you know what? I actually have to take different approaches to get into this point so that it actually helped me to think ahead and start to think, okay, what sort of direction do I really want to partake here? And now we go through the captain's journey in Curtin University. Let's start with a timeline before university starts. At this point, I literally have no idea what I wanted to do. I thought by joining university, it would at least give me a sense of direction and where I was going, especially in the business world. And so goes to my first year, where you have to take those compulsory units. And to be honest with you, it was very excruciating to take it because I had to go through the subjects that I completely disliked. But I have to realize that when it comes to these units, they're so important in order to propel me into the business world. Not to mention, I have to realize there are so many different facets and avenues of business, and I need to actually go through them in order for me to figure out what I like and what I dislike. Which leads me to the second year. And in the second year, this is like my discovery moment. This is when I finally realized what I completely like and what I completely dislike. And it is just such an exhilarating and fulfilling moment for me. I was just so excited at this point. And that excitement really does translate to currently in the third year. And this is like my eureka moment. I would say this unit, I think one of them helped solidify my career pathway and what I wanted to do. And I hope that I continue to be in this pathway. And to be honest, I'm actually really grateful that I chose this unit as I approach towards my graduation because I have witnessed that I am a different person now compared to when I first started. And it really does make me realize that I'm actually going somewhere here. And here we are now in the career plan. Yes, let me give you a drum roll. Yes, I finally decided to become an administrative consultant. And you guys probably wonder, what is that? Let me break it down for you. Do you guys know Marie Kondo? You know, back in the pandemic where she was so viral with the slogan of find the ones that sparks with joy? Yeah, the one that does the miracles from all the decluttering. Well, hold that thought with me, but instead of the physical stuff, I'm actually going to do the organizational aspect. So these are for the ones that struggle to actually find a streamlined process in order to achieve great results. For example, a business who's trying to find a streamlined administrative process in order to achieve great results. Or for students who actually want to find a database in order for them to be staying on top of their academic game. Well, that's where I come in and provide those solutions and those strategies in order for you to achieve those results. So in order to get there, I have established these great points to get to that point. And I've decided that I want to start off with selling online templates using Notion. Notion is a productivity software that I found a lot of my fellow classmates are using. And they happen to find my templates very useful, very aesthetic, and very easy to use, and they're willing to pay for it. And so I decided I really want to go on into this track and probably go further with like selling some social media content so that it actually encouraged them to keep up their game in their productivity and organizational skills. I also want to try to get into the learning and development industry because I believe when it comes to providing consultancy, you also have to train people. And I believe being in this industry will help refine those skills. And I think lastly, I want to start researching on what does the training and consultancy look like when they're both combined together. And then lastly, hopefully that I can also establish my own business with all the skill sets and the experience that I have attained from those previous years. And finally, we're almost reaching to our final destination, where the captain has to say a message to her future self in 5 years. Currently, I am 28 years old and I'll be 33 in 5 years' time. Wow. I'll probably have a kid, maybe married by then, and I'll be in a different life stage probably at that point. I just want to say I am so proud of you. Thank you for not giving up, for keep pushing it through to get to where you are right now. Even though it's unplanned, you have to go through some detours, some obstacles, and heaps of mountains that you have to go through. Thank you for not giving up and to keep going because you are where you are because of those moments. And I thank you for really persisting it through. I just hope that you continue to just reminisce, the times that you have occurred in university. Those aha moments, those eureka moments that you always found so significant. I hope you can always remember them from time to time whenever you need to have that boost of energy, that boost of motivation to keep you going. And I think lastly, but most importantly, please take it easy. Take a deep breath. From one perfectionist to another, everything takes time. You will never gonna reach to a point where you're gonna get results. It all just takes time, and you know what? You don't have to be so fixated on the outcomes because before you know it, you are already closer than you think to get to that goal that you've always wanted to achieve. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally arrived to our final destination. Thank you for taking on board into Sarah Adriana's career passport presentation. And as your captain, I hope that you enjoy your flight and you have a good day. Bye. Thank you.